Attention! In this video tutorial, you will receive answers to the following questions. Is there a way to even more simplify the process of creating a video tutorial? What to do if, despite all your efforts, you have not succeeded at recording the contents of your video tutorial on a video, editing it, dividing it into separate series, and converting them into MP4 file format. So, let's start. Make an automatically played PowerPoint presentation series and send them to us. We shall help you to transform them into a full HD video tutorial and place it on our web page. You need to do the following. Make a presentation. Write the narrative for every slide of the presentation in Microsoft Word or just in a text document. The text plays an important role in attracting the potential buyers to your video tutorial. Since the internet search engines will use the content of your tutorial's web page to display the results of the search. The more matches a search engine will find between the words entered in the search field and your text, the greater is the probability that the people will end up on the page of your video tutorial. Drill to read the text distinctly and without slip-ups. Use a microphone and record narration function in Microsoft PowerPoint to record your audio narrations for the slides. You will learn how to do it from this video tutorial. Send the narrative, the presentation and the audios to us for processing. Having gone through all of these steps, you will have created a video course with the help of the kmarket.com. Let me point out here that I'm using Microsoft Office 2007 suite. Microsoft PowerPoint is of the same release year. So if your PowerPoint looks differently, it's probably because you're using an older or perhaps a newer version. The second step is to write the narrative for every slide of your presentation. Print it out and drill to read it clearly, going through the slides as if you were in a class or a lecture room, or just like you would be telling this to your friend. Trying to read the text calmly and distinctly. So, how can you record your voice on your computer? First, you need to set up the working area for recording your voice. It is best to record your voice in an isolated from other people and background noises room that is not empty. Your study or living room will do, if it's not very spacious. Objects like carpets, soft furniture and bookcases will help to avoid the effect of echo. As you can see, the demands to the working area are modest, and in most cases correspond to reality. Try to isolate the recording area from extraneous background noises for the period of recording. These could be your children or grandchildren, loudly working devices like a vacuum cleaner or a phone, the street noise reaching to an open window, a striking clock, etc. Check the room for the presence of sources of noise thoroughly and eliminate possible problems in advance. Temporarily transfer such objects to another place or change the place of the recording. Clean unnecessary things from the desk to avoid their falling, rustling or rolling. If you have already trained to read the cover and text distinctly, prepared the recording area and have informed the people around you about what is going to happen, you may proceed to recording the cover and text on your computer. But at first, make sure the microphone is plugged in and is working. Check it. If you are just beginning to cooperate with us, I recommend using a standard microphone that comes in one headset with the headphones. For more experienced authors, I recommend choosing a dynamic microphone with a USB port connection made for recording podcasts. You may consider such brands as Shure, AKG, Blue, Electro Voice, and others. Do not buy condenser type microphones, since they record virtually everything, from the ticking of a clock to the neighbor's conversation behind the wall. let me show you how you can record audio narrations for your presentation slides. To do this, open your PowerPoint presentation and find the slideshow bookmark. Inside the slideshow bookmark, find Record Narration button and click it. A new window will open in which we see a set of buttons. We are interested in this Set Microphone Level button and also in the Browse button. We shall click Set Microphone Level to check whether our microphone is working. Now, if you see the green bars here, then it means that the microphone is working. Here is the microphone sensitivity slider. Let us keep it in the right position here. So we see the green bars, our microphone is working, we click OK. The next thing you need to do is set the storage location of your audio narrations for your slides by clicking the Browse button here. I will choose the desktop for sampling reasons. Now, as you can see, the narration file storage line has changed and is now showing a different address. Well, fine, that's all we needed to do. Now we'll click OK. And we're being informed here that we can start recording audio narrations for the current slide or begin recording them starting the first slide. Now, the current slide button is quite handy when you need to re-record an audio narration for a slide. Well, we shall click the current slide, but before we do that, we will take our text because when we click the current slide, the presentation will open in the full screen mode and we shall start reading the text right away. Okay, here we go. Make an automatically played PowerPoint presentation series and send them to us. We shall help you to transform them into a full HD video tutorial and place it on our web page. You need to do the following. Make a presentation. Write the narrative. Send the narrative, the presentation and the audios to us for processing. Okay, so this is how you do it. Then you press Escape. As you can see, a window comes up in which they inform us that our narrations for every slide have been saved, and now the program asks us whether we want to save the automatic slide change time. And here we shall give our consent and say save. Now, the automatic slide change time values can be seen here. Right here you can see that for these 3 slides we have audio narrations recorded. If we save this time, then during the playback and the full screen mode, PowerPoint will automatically change the slides, simultaneously playing your audio narrations for them. Here's an important tip for you. You need to make a 2-second pause in your audio narration before you call out the next element or the next slide. Now let us check the presence of audio narration files for our presentation by going to the folder which we specified when setting the storage location of our audio narrations. And this was the desktop, and as we can see we have several files stored here on the desktop. Now let us check whether everything works automatically. We click the slideshow button.
Make an automatically played PowerPoint presentation series and send them to us. We shall help you to transform them into a full HD video tutorial and place it on our webpage. You need to do the following.
We hear our audio narration being played together with the slide. Now let us wait and check whether PowerPoint will automatically change the slide.
Since the internet search engines will use the contents of your tutorial's webpage to display the search results. The more matches a search engine will find between the words entered in the search field and your text, the greater is the probability that the people will end up on the page of your video.
As you can see, this has happened. PowerPoint has automatically changed the slide and started playing the audio narration for the consequent slide. This is done. Please approach working on your video tutorial systematically. When creating your presentations, name them using their series number and the course name. In the case of the introduction, use the word introduction and the course name. Here's another folder. This is the first series, and again the folder is named just as well with the series number. And inside the folder we have the presentation file, the script, and the files of audio narrations. And so it goes for the second series. Again, we have the presentation file named series 2 plus the name of the course, the audio narration text file, and the audio narration audio files. We go to the third series, and this is just the same story. It is very important to name the presentation file using this method because PowerPoint automatically uses the name of the presentation file to name the audio narration files. Plus it adds to each of them a unique number, as you can see. When all the series and the introduction are ready, we can start making an archive of the whole course. For this purpose, create a folder name it with your name and surname and the course name. Here we are. Now we put all the course series folders into this folder. Let us check it. Here they are. You roll over this folder with your mouse pointer and you right click. And in this drop-down menu you choose Send to and Compressed Folder, and here you have to left click. The computer is creating an archived folder. Here it is. And this is the folder that we will be sending to the kmarket.com administrators so that they can help us to make the full HD video course. To do that, we'll need to open the kmarket.com web page and log in to our account. Go to the account menu and choose Add a new tutorial. We're offered a choice. We can upload a series of MP4 files or an archive that should contain autoplay presentation with the audio comments, our narrations for every slide, and a video tutorial script in a text or Word document. This is what we have prepared, and we have this archived folder on our desktop. All we need to do is send it. So we choose Archive. We need to read and agree to the cooperation agreement. And please do read the agreement. We tick that we agree and understand the terms. Click Continue. Now we have to fill in this form. Choose the language, the knowledge level, and we should add the description. This is the place where you state the goals of your tutorial, and they should be achievable and measurable. Usually they are expressed in phrases like, having watched this tutorial, you will learn how to, or you will be able to, or you will practice. Please think of what exactly will the person who watches your tutorial will be able to do or know, and state it clearly here. In this case, the goal is to create a PowerPoint video presentation. That is a presentation which you open in the full screen mode, and after that PowerPoint automatically plays the slides and simultaneously plays the audio narrations for them. If this is a paid video tutorial, then we check this box and we enter the price in US dollars. We click Continue. At this stage you have to upload the archived folder, which we remember was on the desktop. So we click the Browse button and we locate the archive, click Open. According to the cooperation agreement, you have to provide a free access to the introduction and to any of the 2 series of your course. So you have to state which numbers of series are those. And click the Upload button. Depending on a number of criteria, such as internet connection speed, the size of your archived folder, the workload of our server, it might take you quite some time to upload your archived folder, but please be patient and let it finish. Then you shall see this message that you have successfully uploaded your video tutorial. In 3 working days your material will be reviewed by the GameMarket.com administration, and you will get a notification by email on the further proceedings, whether your course has been accepted, and the information about its publishing date on the GameMarket.com webpage. For your material to be accepted for consideration, it must correspond to the following criteria. A material should represent an archived folder containing the presentation file and the files of your audio narrations for every slide. If the presentation is opened in a full screen mode, it plays the slides simultaneously with your audio narrations absolutely without your participation. This way, you will have created a video material in Microsoft PowerPoint format, and we will help you to transform it in a high-definition video file. Finally, allow me to conclude and sum up the skills and abilities which you will need to master in order to create your own video course with the help of the GameMarket.com. In the first place, you will need the ability to create a presentation using Microsoft PowerPoint. Secondly, to make your material a highly ranked and popular one, the information which it contains must be valuable. Ask yourself, what will a person have learned after having watched it? What new and valuable knowledge he or she will gain? What new skills will be mastered? Whom will your material be particularly interesting for? Be sure to answer these questions in your introduction. Thirdly, deliver your material logically and consistently, thus making it more convenient to perceive. If you can't plan the entire course with its series at once, at first make its approximate plan. This will help you to stay in the framework of main themes and questions. Then start creating a series after series. After all the series are ready, watch them attentively and write out the problems they help to solve. Be sure to mention them in the introduction to each series of a course. For example, having watched this series you will be able to... Or perhaps like this. Having watched this series you will have learned... Or perhaps like this. Having watched this series you will have practiced in... Or maybe, having watched this series you will have mastered... etc. When the aims and problems of each series are defined, ask yourself, what do they have in common? Which common aims do they pursue? The answers will be the aims of your course. In the fourth place, choose only those themes in which you are an expert. This will eliminate the lack of valuable information you can share. And the last thing. During your voice recording, try to make extraneous sounds as less as possible. Don't creak a chair, don't drum your fingers on a table, don't put the microphone too close to your mouth, and don't adjust it without a real need for that. If in the course of recording your voice you have made a slip of the tongue or something went wrong, re-record your audio commentary to the given slide. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for your time.